So, good evening. I thought I'd try something out tonight. Nice and leisurely evening as my son comes down the stairs to probably rant. And I have here Drakonym. Drakonym is a role-playing game that I hadn't come across until very late in its Backerkit campaign, its crowdfunding campaign. It's made by these guys at Crossed Paths Press. You can see it here. This is the Kickstarter page. And it's not something I normally would go for, just by the style, because it's very, very colorful, and you immediately see here, oh yeah, there's lots of kin, or whatever you want to call them, origins, lots and lots of them. And this is sort of the Disneyland sort of style that I don't normally go for. However, I did like this idea. And when I watched some of the videos of some of the writers, the main guy there, is very engaging and very enthusiastic, let's put it that way. And that sort of was infectious. So the clue of the game really is, as it's here, this is the dragon game you've been waiting for. So you're not by yourself, you're not just a hero. You're going on this journey with a companion, and every player can have a companion dragon, and you sort of develop as a pair. So you have to level up your dragon, you have to manage your relationship with it and all that sort of stuff. This looks like a really interesting system, so I did actually knee-jerk and back it. So there you go. There's lots of supportive tools coming out. I can't show you those because I haven't got access to them yet, but they're called something called the Sanctum, where you can make character builders and you can make spell cards and lots of good stuff. Hello, Mohammed again. So we have unlocked lots and lots of different things here. They will also bring out gameplay guide videos, so you're sorted for that one. They have weapons modules and secrets of the old gods, and they unlocked pretty much everything, I think. Was there anything that was locked at the end? Look at all these overtime ones. No, that's it. That's it. So, one of the elements that they have on here is it here? I think so. It's basically you can play your way through the demo. This is it, basically. If you want to hop in and have a look, this is the journey. And basically it takes you through the character creation, it takes you through your first encounters, explains the rules and how to fill everything in. Mohammed, you let me know if the sound is off or something, yeah? I think the music is very quiet, so we should be okay. But you tell me. So, that's what I'm intending to do this evening. I've got my pot of tea here waiting for me. I've got my dice ready. I've got some note paper. I've got the PDF in the background. So let's see whether we can actually get going with this. So I need to hide this one. And then on the PDF, we will go right to where we need to go, to the beginning. Start the journey at the beginning. Character demo. So if you look at the inspirations here, the touchstones, there's lots of good stuff in here. D&D, okay. Fantasy Age, Forbidden Lands, oh, look at that one. Iron Sworn, Pathfinder, Shadow of the Weird Wizard. So quite a few I've played, including Dragon Age, which I played a bit, and various others. So really interesting. So I'm going to sort of do a read-through with this, but if you want to play along, then grab this PDF from the site, as I've just shown you, and join in. You will need 3 to 6 six-sided dice. I've got those. I've got my Dragonbane and Windheim dice there. 112 dice-sided. I've got that ready. An empty character sheet and pencil digital note-making tool. Well, look at this. I've got the form-fillable character sheet just here. So we'll use that. Quiet time. That's the idea. Let's see how much of it I get tonight. When you're ready, turn the page. The wind is rising and something stirreth beneath the stone. So we will see the various dice. I don't think I need to do everything. It's a dice pool system. You roll a number of dice determined by your attributes, perks, and other bonuses. A 5 and a 6 is a success. And sometimes you'll be asked to do the shadow die. And the shadow die is a d12 and does make something more cinematic. But we'll do that. I'm sure we'll work that out. And then it explains here basically if you roll a 5, that is 1 success. A 6 counts as 2 successes. And then you get these result examples here. So crit success, for example, is difficulty 3. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 d6. 4 dice in the pool and 2 6s I rolled. And that apparently is good enough. Oh, yes, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, obviously. Got it. So that's how that works. Now the 6, counting the 6 as 2 successes, that's going to mess me around a little bit because I'm used to them being 1. So the attributes we have. You must pick your primary attribute. Body, gods, mind. Oh, by the way, the idea of the stream, if you're watching, is also you can give me some ideas here. You can say something about what the character should become. So we have body, gods, mind, the shadow, the soul, and the world. So which one shall we do as the primary, do we think? Shall we make a warrior sort of thing or priesty sort of thing? Let's go for the gods as primary, once I get asked. Yeah, okay, got that. Difficulty, got that. So, hero points are gained through the herald, that's the GM. When you do a heroic action with you, with some... What? Hero points are gained through the herald when you do a heroic action with some. I think there's some editing required. Players can hold up to 3 hero points. So narrative prompts. You can change the narrative. You can roll with a boon. A boon basically means that one of the dice in your pool is a success on a 4. So the first 4 that you roll is also 1 success. And Bane is one of the 5s doesn't count. So you can then spend hero points to do these things here, for example, yeah? To have a flashback, or I've seen this before, or I know that guy, or a guy. Shadow Die is a tool for fate and risk. Does not change your number of successes. It layers consequences or opportunities. So Shadow Die table, if you are required to roll it along, you can have a miracle. Look at that, a positive twist happens. Or it can be very negative. So that's the Eye of Sauron on the Gandalf rune, isn't it? So moment, was your meeting more entertaining or was my stream earlier more entertaining? So, Herald guidance, okay, we don't have a Herald today. Attacking, spellcasting. Should I come back to this? I want to get going on the character creation. Yeah, so you can see there's tiers of success. Each weapon lists wounds for each tier, so that's a little bit complicated. If you get 0 successes, the target becomes pressed, so they still have they're on the back foot. That's the idea here. Spellcasting means that you have to have mana, I believe. Yeah, I won't tell anybody more on it, don't worry. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get back to this one once we have it. We have nice little flow charts here and examples, that's not bad. So for example, you compile your pool, body 2, longsword bonus 2, perk bonus 1, 5 dice, you then roll it and then you see what happens, and the wound outcome you look up by the weapon. Okay, let's see how that works. Defense is interesting. I read this couple of times before I started to make sense. So players defend against enemies using defense slots. So you have slots. Each hit is measured against your thresholds to determine its severity. So somebody hits you. Light, heavy, or deadly damage. If you reach 3 wounds in a tier here, then you have to go to the next one. So initially you have light wounds, then heavy wounds, then deadly wounds. But you can also go across more than one of these at the same time. So when you are hit, you may spend defense slots to step a hit down. So you may chain slots together if you can afford the cost. So if I want I get a light hit and want to negate it, I take 1 defense slot. Right. If I wanted to go from heavy to light, it's 3. And from light to negate, it is another 1. So it's 4 from heavy to negate it. That's how I read this. So if you reduce below light, attack deals 0 wounds. Yeah? You have a defense slots equal to your armor plus half your primary attribute. This is where I really want to be TT. And they refresh at the start of the hero round. So when the heroes, it's their turn. So if over a round, you have to manage that resource called the defense slots. And you have to decide, I want to spend that here, or I want to hope that it doesn't hit me so bad next time. So spend slots after severity is known before applying the wound. Right. Right, on we go. Then there's techniques. This is about spells now. Yeah, they're basically templates. Okay, we'll look back at them. I want to get to my journey. Augmentations, you can add augmentations to spells. You can make them more powerful. You can empower them, expand them, be subtle about them, and so on. That all costs you mana cost over here, yeah? So you can basically modify your spellcasting. That means you have to have a few tables in front of you or on your head. And then you have these little cutesy illustrations of what it means to have a cone or a line or a sphere. Now, luckily, that sort of stuff I know. Dragons we won't get to, so I'm going to skip this. Now, is this the journey? Is this the beginning of the journey? Is it? Scene 1. There we go. We begin the journey. The clang of bells, cold stone under your back, the scent of soot and dried pine. You wake to voices beyond the wall. They sound urgent. A candle burns beside you. Someone tended you. But whose bed is this? Goldilocks. You sit up. Across the room, a cracked mirror leans against the stone. You don't recognize the room. You don't recognize yourself. Walk to the mirror. Look closely. This seems like a Elder Scrolls game. So read each description. Choose the one you most identify with. In the core game, you will pick a major and minor trait for your kin, but that choice has been simplified here for this demo. So I could be an arbor. Your skin is flawless, antlers twist from your crown, budding with flowers or moss. The air around you smells of rain and soil. That sounds quite nice. Drakari, these are like dragonborns. Scales glint beneath your collar, your eyes gleam like embered gold. The breath in your chest is deep like a furnace waiting to roar. Sounds hot. Elf, your features are refined, ageless. Your eyes glimmer with knowing you've seen more than most will ever read. Well, so elves don't read? Is that what it is? Norborn. That sounds more like, yeah, I think these are the wolfkin, basically. Your ears twitch, your limbs are wiry, your eyes quick, your fleas bite. You've lived fast and low, but you're still standing. Okay. Small. Then, have we got anything else? No, that's it. So, in the real thing, apparently, I think there's 12 different kin you can choose from, and then there's subkin. Subpaths, from what I've read. So, who do you want to be? Sort of stag bloke, dragon, elf, or the runt of the litter, the Norborn? What do you think, Mohammed? What do you want to be? Shall we go for Norborn or maybe the Arbor? Any opinion? Small and runty with fleas? The deerkin, he says. Arbor. Okay, let's go for the arbor. So that probably means I need to write that down somewhere. Let's see. Kin. Arbor. My British spelling correct in my head wants to go and actually respell that with a U. Your skin is flawless. A size medium. That probably needs to go somewhere. Does it go anywhere? Does it go anywhere? I thought this tells me. Don't see it anywhere. I'm going to move that tab across. So number 1, it says. 1, 2, 3, 4, it says. Right. Write your name. Now, Arbor has named Thalion, Florana, and Rowan. Rowan like the rowan tree. Rowan bush. Okay, let's call him Rowan. So that goes there. Number 2, note your kin. Done that. Note your speed. Speed? 7 squares. That's number 3. Over there somewhere. Under move, I guess. 7 feet. Now that's another thing. Feet? Give me meters. Give me meters. Make it metric. Note kin talents. Are we talented? We are talented. We are 3 things. Can I copy them across? Let's see. Can I copy them? Because I don't want to type them all. It's not interesting to watch somebody type them. Yeah, sort of. So, your antlers can be used as natural weapons and may bear leaves, moss, or blossoms. Not a bear. That's a pity. It could be a bear in the antlers. That would be cool. So, gone that. What's next? Next, when ready, move to scene 2, the Shrine of Four. We are in the village of Gallarant. You step into the stone-cold morning. Villagers hustle past, eyes sharp beneath layered cloaks. No one stops you. No one needs to. A soldier at the gate nods. Shrines open, storms common. Might be you want to ask for guidance. Does he say that to everybody? You descend the outer path towards an old station carved into the rock. Old way station. 4 statues stand within, untouched by soot or moss. So who do we pray to? There's a god of the sun, Seafor, justice. The statue of Aias, moon, trickery, and lies. I like that one already. The statue of Yala, life, love, and family. It's not bad either. Or the statue of Mordred. Apparently son of Arthur. Goddess of death, tormented despair. Your body, a crown of thorns. You feel the thin veil thin. Yeah, I think... Now, for this deer sort of thing, I think I'm going to go for Yala. So that gives me my stats. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Hopefully they're in the right order. Body got mines. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Not attributes. We've done that. You have 4 extra points to place anywhere. Do I do that now? Do you have them, but it doesn't say place them? What do you think? Do I do that now? 4 points is quite a bit, isn't it? I thought it was only 1. So let's see. I definitely said I was going to be spiritual. So 1 extra point, 2 extra point, 3 extra point, and I want to have a good connection to the world. 4 extra points. So, first threat. Gallarant's eastern woodline. You break from the shrine path and sprint downhill, boots slipping on pine. The trees thicken, the air is colder here. Just ahead, the broken span of an old supply bridge. At the center, 2 figures pinning someone to the ground. A traveler pinned by bandits. They haven't seen what? They haven't seen me? I guess they haven't seen me. Or haven't they seen the bandits? You've got moments to attack, but remember you have no armor, no weapons, just instinct, full stop. Sorry, teacher coming through. What do you do? Read your options. Build your dice pool based on the listed attributes. Roll that many d6. Now, I have actually cleverly configured alchemy in the background of my dice roller. Let's see whether that works. So, let's see. Shout and charge in order to scatter them. Sneak in from the tree line. Call out like your village scout. Like, oi, you, is I think the common parlance. Let's see. What am I good at? Body and soul, shadow and soul, or gods and mind? Body and soul would be 5. Gods and soul would be 5, and shadow and mind 3. So, gods and soul? 6. That would be 6. Shall we go for gods and soul? Gods and mind, it is. Oh. Gods and mind is 5. Let's go for the 5. So, I now need to roll. Let me just switch on my alchemy dice. And I need... How many d6? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is absolutely no success. Not 1. It really feels like Forbidden Lands, doesn't it? So, what did I say? Gods in mind. They don't believe you, but the hesitation is enough. That's my outcome. Huh. Enough for what? So, the traveler gasps, "Thank you! Wait!" They reach down, pull free, leather strap, satchel. This is yours, isn't it? What? I'm feeling like I'm missing something. Okay. Your name is carved into the clasp. You know the satchel as you open it. The smell is familiar. Old leather, cedar, dust, and a hint of ink and smoke. I hope the leather is not from my forefathers. Inside there are some items. You remember none of them, but your hand knows which one to reach for. What do you see inside? Choose one item. This determines your background. Magnifying glass? Charlatan. I like charlatan. False papers? Or scholar? Scholar, of course, would fit better with my class. Let's go for the leather-bound codex. So I'm going to copy that onto my character sheet somewhere. Somewhere. And what does that mean? Your memory holds more than your past. Well, 2d6 times 10. Let's roll 2d6. That is a grand total of 20 gold. Gold? Have we got gold anywhere on this character sheet? Gold, discard bond. Nah. I'd copy stuff down, but I don't know why. Gold, gold, gold. Gold, gold, gold. I don't see anything for gold. Don't see anything. So, 20 gold. Right. And then I get some more perks. Perks. This is Drakonym. Hopefully it's somewhere on the screen as well. Solo mode for Drakonym. It's a recently kickstarted game. It's a colorful high fantasy game where you can have a dragon, and I'm basically going through the journey, which is your character creation. You can download it if you want to from the Backerkit site, Drakonym then Y, and you can play along if you want. So, and hi Daring, good to see you. So I'm going to put in here my perks. Sharp Tongue. Okay. Gain a boon. And a debater. Right. Other items. A satchel of reference books and stuff. Things and stuff, as my son says. I'll also put that in here. It's one of the annoying things when you have form-fillable character sheets and the fonts don't align with the lines. I know I'm being very anal here. So, oh, I could have been a wanderer. Oh well, too late to wonder about that. So background, I said scholar, right? Not perks, not wealth, and so on. So, scholar, I said scholar, scholar, scholar. Then, on we go. You don't play a dragon as such, but you can have a companion dragon in this game. I had never heard of it either until I came across it on a Backerkit mail and thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And the guy making all the videos and the promotional shots, they're really good and sort of pulled me in. So, I believe that right at the end of this journey, I will actually have a hatchling, a dragon hatchling. So I don't have the dragon with me yet. So, scene number 4. So far, we wandered into the village, through a shrine, chased off, or didn't quite, some bandits, got some stuff, and now we're at the camp, north of Galorant. The trail turns steep. You follow the scent of smoke. It's not burning, but embered, controlled, tucked into rock cleft, a bundled cache of gear. Not burning, but smoking. Huh. And the note burned at the edge scrawled in rough ink. One of these is yours now. Choose well. So, what do you take? Choose one kit from the options below. This determines your class, your primary attribute, and equips you with combat gear. If it doesn't feel right, choose another one. Simply switch it out. Weapons can be used for melee attacks. Have 5 tiers of wound based on how many successes you can get. And basically, yeah, a high number of successes will increase the damage, I guess. You will pick from one of 5 subclasses on page 59. This will decide your playstyle. You cannot pick additional subclasses or multiclass. I wonder because of which game they have to say that. Right, what makes this game different to other fantasy RPGs? Now, you watch the videos, but basically I think it's a modern one. I think it's aimed definitely at younger people than me. It's very pretty. It's got a high fantasy world. You can have a dragon. I mean, what else do you need? Yeah, what else do you need? Yeah, I hope that Mohammed, if he's still here, can still hear me. And otherwise would have said something after 25 minutes. So, answering your questions, I can't type this all out because I want to get on with it. Sorry, Daring. Maybe Mohammed, if he fancies it, he can answer some questions in typing. So, what do I take? the Blessed Kit with the staff and the short sword and the leather coat? Or do I go for the warrior? Do I go for the mage? The shadowed? That's it, I think. Yes. I think I'm going to go and be priestly. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, your recommended primary attribute is gods. Gods was quite high anyway, so make that primary. Not sure how. Put a P next to it. And then we are going to copy the stuff across. So, mana pool 6. Then the kit. Ah, come on. Oh, spells. Spells are good. I like spells. So, let's see where we can copy this in. Lots of room here. Let's put it there. Yep. Any strange line breaks I need? There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Starting magic. I think I'm just going to park this in my notes section. So I'm dawn marked. Once per scene when you aid an ally, you may also inspire them and they get +1 on their next check. So that needs to go further up with the other perks. Yeah, a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but I'm sure it will work out. So, what's next? Subclasses. Choose subclass and 1 perk on page 59. Do I do that now or later? I guess I do that later. Let's see. So it tells you where to write what. No primary attribute, done that. Weapons and gear, I've done spells. I need to do spells now. Note them where you can. Write them anywhere. Love it. Note resources, mana grid values goes here. Number 5. Where's number 5? Oh, there. That's where my mana goes. And armor weapons bonus goes on to number 6 over there on the right. So I need to double check my mana. 6. That goes on the left somewhere. And armor is bonus 1. It goes in here. And weapon, depends on the weapon I suppose. But they're both +1. Range 1, weapons 1 with a short sword. There we go. Don't know. Did I get my grit as well? I don't see any grit. I must have missed it. Anyway, let's move on. Choose a subclass and 1 perk, and I need to look at 1 spell aspect and 3 spells. 61. So let's jump to page 61. So 1 aspect. Do I want to be the Threads of Creation, Arcanum, or do I want to be the Will of Heavens? Or Inheric or Radiant? If you have any suggestions, then please do tell me. Or Untamed or Voidcraft. I might have to zoom out a little bit here. So there's a fair bit here. Voidcraft doesn't sound like me. The Wild Unleashed could be fun. Let's go for that one. The Wild Unleashed. Untamed. So that goes on spell aspect. Magic aspect. Untamed. And then I'm going to, as it says, copy the 3 spells somewhere where they fit. Agility, Bloom. Bloom sounds important. Feral. And Awareness. I think Agility I'll take out. Although climbing is quite cool. Okay, let's go for the first 3. Can I select this? Now's a graphic. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I can't select those tags on the spells. So, put that somewhere down here. Spells. Spells. I know how to spell. Right. Hexguard Pierce. Back to page 6 or something. Where was I? 16, I think. What do I take? So that's done. The challenge. Move on. So, scene 5. The challenge. Let's see, Daring, whether this works better. We are at the eastern ravine and Galaran's edge. The trail narrows as the mountain drops away. Loose shale underfoot, wind biting. Then you hear rustling. I freeze. Because it's cold or because I hold still? 2 figures step from the rocks. Mismatched armor. Ha! They don't have an armor set. Ha! Makeshift blades. They must be bandits. Hand it all over, one snarls, gesturing to your pack. And I'm going to say absolutely not, because I just did my character creation and I don't want to hand it all over again. No sort of work for that. So, this is a first basic combat encounter. I go first. I get 4 action points at the start of my round. And each action costs different action points. So, I have 2 enemies. One with a short blade, one with a sling. They're basic minion, so I need to cause 2 wounds, and that means that with 2 hits they're down. What I want to do on my spell is I could do a spell. I don't think I have any grit. If so, I missed it. I can do an attack for 2. Or I can move in. Now, they are on the bridge, was it? Between the rocks? From the rocks. Not on a bridge. Do I need to close on them? Shall we look at the character sheet? I could possibly do a spell on them. On myself. For the feral. Target deals. Or I could just hit them with my sword. I think I'm going to hit them with my sword. So my sword is here. Right, so let's try whether I just do a normal attack. Primary attribute plus weapon bonus. Now my primary attribute is my other one, the P. What was it called? Gods. So I've got 3 from that, 1 from the weapon. I've got 4 dice to attack with. So let's do 46. 1, 2, 3, 4. And roll. Oh, that was 5. Oh well. So that's 1, 2, 3 successes. Actually, if we tip the last one away, then it would be 4 successes. Shall we do that for now? Yeah. Have you muted Daringport? Have you muted your Twitch maybe? Is that what the problem is? But Mohammed hasn't recently confirmed whether he can hear me either. Oh, he's gone. That's why. So, by the way, if you can't see it here, Daring, you can come across onto Moonbeam. I'm also on Moonbeam. Yeah? Come to Moonbeam. How about that? Mohammed can hear me. Excellent. So, I have now attacked. That was for 2 action points. I have a tier 4 success. Apply the weapons listed for wounds. So I now need to look at my weapon and have a look. There was another game I recently looked at which basically had damage tracks. Oh, it was Advanced Fighting Fantasy. That's what it was. That's what it was. So my short sword has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 4 here, this 4 is how much damage it causes. Now they can take 2 wounds. And that basically means with 2 wounds and I cause 4, they should be down. Now that was 2 action points. I've got 2 more. So I'm going to use them again to attack again, the short sword. So that's the same number of dice, but was it 4 dice? You know what's going to happen now. So 4 dice. Exactly that. So that's going to happen. And when that happens, it means the second one is still up. So what the bandits do, if either bandit is still up after your turn, they both respond. It's the blade one. He rushes to attack, dealing a light wound. So, if you are to take damage, you may spend defense slots to reduce the tier of your wounds. So I would need 1 slot I need to spend. And my slot is defense slot equal to your armor. That's 1 plus half of my primary attribute rounded up. That's 2. So 3. I've got 3 mitigation points this round, basically. Yeah, and I only have to spend 1, and therefore that's fine. He doesn't hit me. He doesn't cause a wound. He just wears me down a bit, so I don't go down. I then have another attack at him. Let's see whether I can bring this to a close. 2, 3, 4 d6 on the attack. Why is it 5 again? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes again, ignoring the last 6. And that means that I should have floored him. So, once you win, the wind stills. Their bodies slump. You check the path ahead. It looks clear. In one of the packs, you find something and it feels familiar. This was mine. Is it a letter? Is it a coin? Is it a mirror or a charm? Definitely a charm. It's my trinket. Just meaning. Okay. Trinket. Now, my first impression of this defense slots is it's nice that it renews every round, and you have to think about how much do I want to mitigate from this attack, especially if you get more than 1 attack, of course. But it's a fair amount of bookkeeping. So I think it's a good thing that they're going to have VTT implementations. Okay, so let me just check something briefly here, because I did say you can come to Moonbeam. So I probably should have a quick look whether Daring is on Moonbeam now. Sanjuro is on there. Oh, hey Bruce. Hi Sanjuro. I'm to be honest, I'm not really watching the Moonbeam stream, but let me change that, because I'm going to stick that over here on my screen and I can see it next to the Twitch stream. Sorry if I wasn't responding to you. Yeah, if you wanted to try out the Advanced Fighting Fantasy, I did a video on that. There is a Foundry system for it, but that's not for soloing. That's actually for playing the system with a group. Just so you're aware of it. So, let's get back to our journey. Excuse me, that cold is annoying. Scene 6. A new rumbling. You've left Gallarant behind. The morning is sharp, the wind drier. You have followed no road, only instinct and the strange warmth rising like a heartbeat. The path narrows to a ledge of fractured stone. Below you see trees. Mist. It's a fairly minimalist style, isn't it? Often like fragments of sentences, incomplete sentences, just mist. Oh well. Then the mountain shifts, a deep rumble. I need my sound effects now. The edge gives away, stones fly, a boulder crashes between you and the trail ahead. You have seconds to act before the slope comes down with you on it. Huh? Read your options, build your dice pool, and try to get out of the way. So, let's see. This is the shadow die. We need to have a shadow die. So, what do we do? Do I just say preparedness? I pack something for this? There is a chance of 2, 1, 1, and 3 that I have something to pick. Should I pick? It doesn't say that I can't do something else after. Right. Let's try it. Let's try it whether I'm prepared. So 1d6. 1d6 roll. Oh, that's a d4. Sorry, that's not the one I meant. That's the one I want. In my little dice roller. It's a 1. So I don't have whatever I was looking for, so I have to go and do something else with it. I have to choose body or mind and soul. Body shadow. Sorry. Body shadow. Body shadow is 3 and mind and soul is 5. So I'm going to do mind and soul, I think. mind and soul to try and get out of the way. 5d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2 successes. So 5s are 1 success, 6s are 2 successes, yeah? So that's 2 successes, that's enough. You find high ground and anchor yourself. And I need to roll the shadow die, I forgot that. So 1d12. Oh, a 2 is not very good. A 2, let's have a look. Complication, you fall but not far. You catch a crevice just wide enough. As the dust clears, you see the rocks have uncovered something deeper, a carved opening in the stone. You lose 5 gold, but you were shown the way forward. So basically what I did is I sacrificed some gold to the mountain, and it let me off. So my gold is here. Minus 5 gold. Right, next. Yeah. Note hero point. You can mark slots here and spend them. Spend 1 to gain a boon. On a roll, spend 2. So if you have a boon, a single roll, yeah, that's fine. Did I get a hero point? I guess that means I get a hero point. That's a bit unclear. Hero point. All right. Scene 7. Below the ridge, within the cracked stone. You descend into the chamber. It's not natural, not entirely. The stone feels worked, carved in long arcs. A ring of standing stones surrounds a shallow basin, lit by veins of glowing quartz. And within the basin are 4 eggs. Each rests in its own hollow, untouched by dust or time. There's a blue egg, a moon one, quite watchful, dreamlike. Smooth and luminous as if wrapped in silk. You feel the heartbeat, slow as if listening. Ah, and my tea light is out. I need to drink my tea before it gets cold. Priorities, guys, priorities. There's a green one. A shards dragon, curious, quite emotionally attuned. Its surface is striated like layered stone with glowing green veins that shimmer when you breathe near it. You feel something awaken, not in the egg, in you. Okay, sounds good. Which one do you want to go for? The red egg, pyre, fierce, radiant, protective. The shell is warm to the touch. It's cracked slightly like old volcanic glass. Or yellow one, storm, loyal, impulsive, full of motion. This one crackles faintly, not with fire, with charge. Your fingertips lift slightly as you approach the air, buzzing with tension. You smile before you know why. Storm? Storm sounds dangerous. What do you think? Blue or green? Opinions, guys? Give me opinions. I want opinions. Green. Green is prettier, isn't it? I think the green is pretty. So, let's have a look what it says. Just turn the music up if it's too much. Please tell me. So you place your hand on the shell. The pulse responds. It is not loud, it's just closer. The bond begins. Write this down. The color and family of your chosen dragon. A single visual detail you mention about your dragon's egg as you put it up. I think it sort of has light glistening on it like it's a flower. Dragon. Where's my dragon sheet? I don't know why it copies everything. Don't know. Why is everything copied? This seems to be where it needs to go. But these are my traits, not the dragon's traits, so there's something not quite right here. I think they reused it, the text fields, and then basically it copies the content down. I think that's what happened here. So it's going to be a bit small to read, but it's there. Green egg. Let's make it a bit... No, I can't put a line break in there. That's annoying. So I have to do it manually. The family is shard. shard. The heart. Should it have heart? Don't see it. Let's put that in there. So, then let's go back. A green egg, why not? So, the red egg, the green egg, we've got all that behind us. Next one. Within the vaults, hours later, the egg rests in your lap. It's heavier than it looks, or maybe you're just tired. You sit alone in the hollow chamber, torchlight flickering over the stone walls. The wind doesn't reach this deep. And yet, the egg is warm. Not a heat of fire, a heat of presence. You don't hear words, but a feeling begins to form. You hear something. Just a shift of stone at first, then a low rattle from behind the shrine. Too close for comfort. Something is moving back there, too smooth to be rockfall, too fast to be the wind. You rise, placing the egg in the crook of your pack or arms. The crook of your pack? Crook of my arms, I know, but crook of my pack? I think that needs to be changed. You can't leave it, but you don't know what's coming. What do? Shield the egg? Retreat and hide? Yeah, well, shield the egg, obviously. Obviously, body and soul. Body and soul. It should be 4 for the dragon, but for me, body and soul is 5. 5d6. So I need my dice back. 1, 2. Well, no, I'll try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be good roll. Now that's 3 successes. 3 successes. So. 3 successes. You hold steady, the creature pauses, then retreats. There you go. Stood my ground. Breath before dawn. Ugh, morning breath. Right. Location, eastern face, just beyond the hollow. You emerge from the vault just as the sky begins to pale. The egg is wrapped in cloth, pulsing gently in your arms, not with heat, but with rhythm. You step into wind. The wind. Real wind. Mountain air sharp with pine and ash. You don't remember the climb. You don't remember leaving the shrine, but your feet found the path. And now as the first light hits the ridge, the egg stirs. Not a tremor, a breath. You drop to one knee, setting it down on a smooth stone. In its cloth, of course. Your hand doesn't leave it. You don't want to. And then a crack, fine as a hairline. Pulses with slow light, like breath, like a heartbeat. You wrap the egg in cloth again and begin the descent. The wind picks up, the trail narrows. Then you hear voices. They've got it! The one from the ridge! You turn to it. 2 shapes emerge from the cliff shadows. One has a crooked blade, the other a sling. The scarves cover their faces. Put down the egg and walk away. You go first and are fighting. Caster Bandit. Blade Bandit. Now, here we have a distance, so I guess it means I have to actually move before I could actually hit them. Now, I did back at Mohammed. It's not ongoing anymore. It's finished on the 30th of August. I think it was. Something like that. I could look it up, but it finished recently anyway. But I'm sure they'll do a late pledge. So let's see. Combat start. You can do primary weapon attack or move. I will have to move to get close to the Blade Bandit anyway, so I might as well go for the caster guy. Yeah? So my maximum speed is 7, so I can get there. With that, but that's 1 action point cost. So that means I can only attack once. Reposition the egg? Why would I want to do that at this point? Don't know, but let's just attack once and then we see. My attack was 4, I think. So primary plus weapons bonus. Primary is Gods 3 plus weapon bonus was 1. So that's 4 dice. Let's see whether I can hit this guy. So I'm moving and then I'm attacking this guy. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Look at that, 5 successes. So that should bring down the caster in one go. To attack, roll primary attribute, we've done that. So definitely. If I look at my shot, so that's 5 damage on the damage track. So he's definitely going to be knocked out. Yeah, so the caster is gone, but I don't have enough now to attack the second guy. So I guess I can move up close to him. Or, yeah, doesn't really matter because he's going to attack me anyway. Let's have a look what it says. Bandit turn. The caster is down, charges into swing its sword. Its sword? His sword, or their sword, not its. And its, by the way, does not have an apostrophe. Teacher coming through. 1 light wound. So I get 1 light wound, but I can mitigate that. So 1 light wound cost me 1 to mitigate. I think I worked out I had 4 points of mitigation a turn, so I'm safe. That's almost a bit too easy. Yeah, because I don't have to roll anything. Basically, he can't hurt me. Even 2 of them couldn't easily hurt me. Because they refresh every round. So that's... Well, maybe I misunderstood something. But that's how it says. Light to negated 1 slot. So I don't go down. I win. Because I'm going to hit him. So 4 dice again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is 2 successes, 2 damage, 2 wounds. And that means that he's down. If you win without wounds, the wind stills, the egg is safe, the path ahead is yours. Right. The last bandit falls, the wind stills as if holding its breath. You see, there, you've got the its. Without the apostrophe, that's much better. You drop to 1 knee, the egg pulses once more. Then again, crack. The fissure splits wider across the shell's surface, a second crack forks through it like a bolt. You barely have time to set it down. Your dragon has hatched. I think there should be an exclamation mark, don't you? That's an important moment. You see it fully now. Still small, still raw, but awake. Now it sees you. It does not speak aloud, but you know what it's asking. Who am I? Who are we? Note down details on the character sheet. I can't do that because the character sheet is buggered. So small, armor, natural, core perk. Let's see. Can I get that somewhere? Because this is... Yeah. Because they reused the same fields when they made the form fillable one. I've done that before by mistake. You have to add new fields, not just copy the old ones. Otherwise they get pre-filled and now I can't put it in. So the only place I can actually copy this into here is this big white space. Right. So, we have these things to copy. And then we needed to look at the family, shard family. And I can choose. I'm going to have a strong and mindful. So 2, 2, 1 are going to be my stats. Stats. Body 2, mind 2, soul 1. Okay, and then we need to flick to page, where was it? 23, 24. There's only 1 page on. Interesting. The order of dragons is different here than on the list earlier. Here it's alphabetical, on the other one it wasn't. Shard dragon details. And we need a name. Sarissa. Why not Sarissa? So I'll put that in here. Now, Shard Dragon. I'm going to put Sarissa over the top. So basically this dragon is now a hatchling. I can't ride it yet or do anything with it. It has to level up. You have to create, basically, you spend experience points on it and then eventually it levels up and grows up. So it's small, can bite, that's useful, has a crystal tail. So now I need to say 1 core perk, that's given, crystal carapace. Then 1 minor perk, gleaming aegis, or earthbound, or shard growth. You can gain natural armor when exposed to sunlight or magical, or you spend a point and have natural armor in any weather. I think I'm going to go for gleaming. So on major perks, that's a bit far down behind the dice, isn't it? You can't see that, right? Major perks. Prism break. Ha ha ha. Not prison, but prism. So shard erupts outwards, dealing light wounds, so area attack, a barrier protection, or reflective. Be defensive. Stone wallet. Right. I think that's that. And then what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We've done that. We've done that. Define its pillars. The emotional identity and the foundation of our bond. What does it like? Music and song, flight in open skies, warmth and firelight, secret shared and trust. Let's be very heroic here. It's high fantasy. So, the love thing is protecting the weak. Oh, where can I put that on Ceres's character sheet? So, pillars. Love. Protecting the weak. Next one. Fear. What brings pain or distress? What do you think? Music and song, you think? Really? Okay, if you say so. Love, music, and song. You wouldn't say that if you had me play my banjo. Right. Actually, you can watch it on YouTube. If you look for our band, the Wayland Smithy Band, you can find some of our stuff on YouTube. Remember, it's not studio recorded, it's recorded with a video camera. So fear, what brings it fear? Betrayal, losing control, captivity, silence and isolation. Fear. Fear is silence and isolation. And the last pillar is instinct, what drives them forward. Explore, dominate, uncover truth, to nurture, to hunt. I'm going to go to the protect here. Instinct. Instinct to protect. So I'm out of space on this character sheet. You better be finished. Protect is what you said as well. Excellent. So, move on to scene 11. Look at that. Look at that. Inside Stormfang settlement. The gates close. Stormfang breathe as you step into cobbled streets flanked by slate-tiled roofs and bannered arches. Somewhere ahead, something is about to happen. The scene unfolds through 3 narrative beats, each determined by rolls. 1d12 to determine the event, 2d6 to determine the detail and complication. So, what happens? Let's do a d12. Is that table big enough? No, it should be. So, 12. What do we roll? We roll a 1. A child stares at your dragon unblinking. Not terribly scary. What's the detail of the twist? 2d6. Not a d6, d6. That's a total of 5. You are asked a question that cuts too close. Write down. How does your character respond? Does your dragon intervene? Does this moment reveal something about you? How about something like, where did you steal that dragon? And then I've got a bad conscience because I'm thinking, I don't know. And the dragon responds by snuggling into me. There you go. So, 3 narrative beats. Let's see what happens as the next one. What does it reveal about myself? A certain insecurity because I just got this dragon. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. 5. You find a loose floor, but with something hidden. As I go into one of the inns, what is it that I find? And 9. The situation calls for you, but your dragon doesn't want to help. How do I make that fit? Any ideas? Situation calls for me. Maybe under the loose floorboard I'm trying to reach something, but I can't reach it because my hands are too long, too big. And the dragon doesn't want to sneak in there and get it out for me, which is annoying because I want that thing. But I can't get it open. So I can't get to it. I'm getting frustrated. All right. Slightly bemused by what's going on, but why not? D12, last one. The third one in the village is 6. An old man falls... Old map. Old man would be good as well. An old map falls from your satchel. A stranger picks it up. Oh no, my treasure map. What's the complication? 2d6, and that is a 9. The situation is sure. Okay, no, that's boring. Having that same twice. Let's re-roll that. 10, 1 on. You must choose to speak, lie, or stay silent. Of course I speak and say, hello there, excuse me, that's my map. Give it back. What does the old man say, dear watchers? What does the old man say? Does the dragon intervene? Never seen a map like this. Looks ancient. Yes, it does look ancient, and I don't even know where I got it from, but it is ancient, so give it back, ancient man. Just because it's ancient doesn't belong to you. Prefer you as an old map in your satchel. You should ask them to rewrite it. Rewrite the map or rewrite the scenario? Or the disc, the list. Bruce. So he has to give it back to me, but now I know I've got an old map. Expansion. Okay, so your dragon runs into nearby store. You give chase and find yourself. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I thought an old man in the satchel would have been quite funny as well. Yeah. I completely agree. An old man falls from your bag. Explain how it got there. So, find yourself before a woman. Her eyes glance at you with intrigue. Her room is filled with trinkets and ribbons, each speaking of the mystic art. But the item that grabs your attention is the orb set upon her velvet-lined table. You've got a nice orb there, miss. She feeds the dragon with one hand while gesturing you to sit down with the other. Be careful, this dragon eats hands. You are missing memories, yes? Look into the ball, if you please. And of course I'm missing memories because I can't remember where this map came from. So as I stare deeper, the room begins to blur and you see memory of yourself and your friend. Who's my friend? My dragon? You seem happy, but you're doing something. So either I select a second background or a new perk in my current one. Now my current one is Scholar. So what are you doing in the vision? Am I a charlatan? The candlelight flickers across your face across the table. Noble slouches in his seat, drunk on power and flattery. Your friend stifles a laugh. Ho ho. So I could become master of lies or of improvisation. Yeah, or take a new perk that here also starts your first background tree. I think I'm going to deepen rather than doing anything else. So I'm going to skip over some of these. I hope you guys don't mind it. I'm going to go straight to Scholar. Do this, play it for yourself if you want to do the other ones. You're in a candlelit archive. Dust lifts from the page as you turn at the missing symbol, one your friend insisted is meaningless. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. It's a very shortened style. So the missing symbol, probably means on the page that you're uncovering, there's the missing symbol. One of your friends says is meaningless, but maybe it's missing from the page. So it's almost a bit oracly the way they write this. So if this is your second background, it is not. So that means I can now choose tree 1, historian, tree 2, scribe, tree 3, theologist. So, yeah, I'm sure that map leads to a treasure. What do I want to be? Keen recall. Looking at the ruins. Be arcane. You can observe with accuracy. You can write in a personal cipher. Or I can be godly. I think I'm going to be a scribe. Gonna go for that one. Have I got space for this somewhere? Have I got space? Spells, starting magic. Trinket. Where were the other background things? They're here. Gonna put it at the top of this. Overflow. Punctuation. So that is now the next step. It tells you where to put it. Update background is now one higher. What was it called? Scribe. So top I put scholar scribe. The background, I had a background as well. I can't remember now. So, I must have noticed something wrong. Anyway, we move to what follows. We are almost there, I think. Almost. We are on page 20 of 96, 30 of 66. Let's see where it leads. So, what follows? You step out of the mystic shop. The breeze tastes different. It isn't colder, sweeter, just clearer. Stonefang hums around you. That's the settlement. Children laugh on slate steps. Someone is hammering copper into shape. A raven watches from a chimney. But something has shifted, not in the world, and you and your dragon knows it. It turns to look at you just once. Tilt of the head, a sound like wind through a hollow. You haven't said anything yet. Maybe now is the time to say something. When your dragon looks at you, what do you say? Option 1, I remembered something, not everything, but enough. Or do you say, I think I know who I am? Or I don't want to run anymore. Or that wasn't a memory, that was a promise. Or I'm still afraid, but maybe I don't have to be alone. Which one? Dear chat, which one shall we go for? Cold tea is not as nice, but the tea light has gone out, so I have to drink it quickly. It's almost done anyway. So any opinions? No opinions, right. And I probably would say, I am still afraid, but maybe I don't have to be alone anymore. So before the sun sets, you pass by a glass blower shaping colored sand into light. The reflection in the glass is not quite your own, but it's close enough. You should now have an additional background or have started expanding into tree, that's what I've done, with extra details written down. You are ready to continue your story. I can be heading to scene 13, a stay in Stonefang. Why not? Oh, by the way, this game specifically, one of the stretch goals is solo mode. So it says it's trying to develop a very robust solo mode. The day slows. The air carries the scent of river-washed stone and warm bread. I like warm bread. Your pack is lighter. Your dragon no longer hides, at least, space missing, not entirely. For once, no one is asking anything of you. Oh, not even an old man falling from my back. You may now perform up to 4 downtime activities before taking a night's rest. So, yeah, I haven't really spent anything. So I'm going to journal my day. Oh no, that's once you've completed your choices that all happens. So pick 4 from the list. Seek the forgotten, craft and repair or tinker, forage and hunt, social bonds, perform a ritual, rewrite the self. Okay. And that's it. So I'm going to seek the forgotten. Learn a secret, earn 1 studied point. Don't know what that does yet. To gain a boon on a related lore check. Okay. So mind and soul. Mind 2, soul is a 5. 5. Have I still got that up? I think I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's roll. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that means I have a boon on the related lore check about this area. Okay, number 2. Don't have to repair anything. So I'm going to forage and hunt. So that's world and body is 5 again, right? World and body? Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3 successes. So, 1d6 rations or ingredients. Discover hidden path, omen or creature trace. That would be cool if I knew a little bit more about this. Maybe an omen. Maybe there's a particular blossom tree in front of me, but I look at it and compare it to the moss growing in my antlers and say, this is an omen. But what it means, I will find out next time. So there should be some sort of link, I think, between how many successes you've got and how many items you find. So 2 rations. Boom, 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 boom. Why is this jumpy now? Oddly jumpy. 2 rations, heal a light wound. Three to heal, 1 heavy. Okay. So the last one, I'll do one more. I do a ritual. Ritual points. Okay. So what was... Sorry, I shouldn't have skipped so far, so quick. Gods and Shadow. Gods, ye gods. 3, and Shadow is 1, so it's 46. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was not very useful. So my ritual does not lead to anything. Cleanse, apply, seal a bond, empower a future action. No. Not this time. So, quiet practice. Scene 14. We are getting there. The Mage's Tower. I find a space not just physically but spiritually. The noise of the town falls away. You head to the top of this tower and stand upon its peak. There's stone beneath you, wind above, and a dragon that watches you without blinking. Stop staring at me. Cyrilla? Cyrissa. Cyrilla is somebody else. Practicing spells. Now, in English, that practicing should have an S in it rather than a C. You may now attempt to cast 1 or more of your known spells in a safe setting. This is a chance to learn how the spells work mechanically. Okay, let's do that. Can I do the spell correction spell? Experiment with augmentations to craft spells. Now, what you can do is you can modify a spell. So, let's have a look. The spells I had were... Let me zoom in a little bit. I can give myself the speed and balance of a predator. I can heal stuff with bloom, or I can turn me or somebody else feral. The blooming thing sounds nice, doesn't it? Costs 3 mana points. So, for 3 mana points, I need 1 success to cast it and costs 2 action points. Doesn't really matter here because I'm not in an action economy. Step by step. Done that. Pick a technique. How do you deliver the spell? This is the single target, isn't it? Or shall I bloom a whole line or something, or a cone maybe? Then I can modify the spell and build the mana cost. So, do I have to scroll back? No, they're here. Look. I quite like that artwork. So, techniques. Single target, I guess. Target is 0 extra, so I'm going to do that. I can infuse it. Oh, right. So you can store a spell in an item. That's quite clever. And you can create your own custom spells. Now, I know from the video that they've got on their website that they're basically creating a website where you can create your own spell cards and even print them. So you can compile a background picture and a description and stuff. It looks quite pretty. So that's custom spells, I guess. Do I need to augment this? If I wanted to add it to 2 targets, I would now have to spend 4 mana points rather than 2. Oh, you can remove friendly fire. That's quite nice. You can expand the area. This is not an area spell. I can cast without speaking or gesturing. So being silent, quiet, costs more mana as well. Quite like that. Yeah, the augmentations, I do like them. Because you often get things like that as a question. Then we have these things again. So if I now wanted to do this spell, I would have to roll. Now what do I actually roll to do the spell? Chosen primary attribute and spell focus bonus. Right. Focus bonus. I don't see one. No, there's 3 from there. Don't know. I don't think I took down a spell bonus, did I? So it's only 3 I've got. Starting magic. Okay. Hang on. Was there something on my staff that gave me a bonus? Yeah, spell bonus. With my staff, I get 1 extra, so it's 4 dice I've got. And I need 1 success to be able to do this. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1 success. Now, if you pile it up and you spend more mana, and I think this is the total mana. Yeah, so if you, for example, you enhance it for another target and your mana cost goes up to 4, then you would need 2 successes to actually make this happen. And it also takes longer to spell. Definitely this is something for VTT, where I would like action point tracker, please. If whoever develops your Foundry one, yeah, make sure you get an action point tracker in there. Right, so moved on. We tried out some spellcasting. I can go through there. Scene 15. You leave before dawn from the tower. The last torch gutters behind you. No one stops you at the gate. No one needs to. That's what I said earlier when I arrived. The road east is half forgotten. Really? Half the people don't know it's there? It is stone swallowed by lichen, trail signs carved too shallow to last. Your boots find it anyway. The air is colder now, cleaner. The dragon walks beside you, or glides just above, or clings close in your pack. Probably clings. It hasn't asked you where you're going, but you know it's listening. Supplies. You have your satchel, 5 rations. Now I've got some more. Battle or camp gear. You're headed deeper into the Vindithrak wilds. No map will mark your next steps, but you have seen signs, whispers, scraps, or visions. Roll 1d12 for the reason of your adventure. The reason for this adventure is I'm trying out the system. 9. You were paid to guide someone or something into the wilds, but you're now alone. Must have completed my mission. So, this oracle will be the main one in your toolbar whenever you do solo. Or when the GM doesn't know what to do. So, you roll 1d6, high or low. Yeah, that's fine. The insight is your tool for answering open-ended questions and generating prompts. Roll 1d6 to determine which prompt is set to use, and then determine action, theme, and force within that. So I want to know What happened to the person that I actually took along with me? That's what I want to find out. No push mechanics. I didn't see any. So, what happened to them? And I need to go to page. Didn't say. There's lists somewhere. I'm sure that I've seen them. Inside table. I think first of all I have to find the prompt set, and I think there are 6. So 1d6 to find the prompt set. Four. Prompt set 4. So now do 3d6. 1, 2, 3. I've got a 6, a 3, and a 5. So escape. So the person I was escorting needed to escape. Escape the light. Because a name was spoken too late. Ah, right. So maybe they tried to pray to their gods, but the god forsook them because they spoke too late. They didn't offer it in time. So, or maybe a name spoken too late could be something like they didn't pay their debts in time and had to run away from the light and hide in the shadows. Something like that. Right, let's go back to what it was trying to tell me here. It's done that. Now, the resource clocks are useful, by the way, in Foundry. There's a good tool for it. Of course, I just forgot promptly what it's called, but I'm using it for expand, so I was using it. So there's a travel clock, 6 segments. That's not bad. Makes it a bit easier than quarter days in Forbidden Lands. At 6 segments filled, the clock remains at 6 and you immediately suffer a light scar. So this is basically how close you are to fatigue. Right. So daily travel. You have 2 morning events, 1 nightfall event. Alright, let's just play that through, even though we are sort of out of the story now. On the morning of my journey, the weather is frightful. A dragon storm. It splits the sky above. Mark this as Hex as shattered land. There's a Hex map for this, but I didn't print it. So that's definitely bad weather. Before each event, so you will roll 1d6 to determine which event table to use. How many events? 2 for the morning. So I'm going to roll 2, 1 for each event. The first one is negative. The second one is negative. Oh, great. All events require 2 successes to pass. Negative event table. So D12. The first event. 10. You loop back to where you began because of the storm, of course. Confusion takes hold. Mark 1 resource clock segment. Now, if I did this now, of course, that means I've spent some resources. But there's no check here, is there? It says I needed to do a check with 2 successes to overcome it. Let's do the second one. So that's not quite clear to me. Second one is a 6. You trip and scatter supplies, lose 1 ration. And we've got now 2 resource clock segments filled. It reduces your inventory. So, right, so instead of 8 rations, I've now got 7 rations. Let's double check what it says here. All events checks require 2 successes to pass. Maybe some of them have checks in them. I don't know. So then we have morning event A, morning event B. We've done that. Okay. Nightfall. Choose 1 downtime action, page 38. So I could repair something, or I could cook something, or whatever. Do a challenge. And the dragon moments. So challenge, roll 1d12 on the table. Which one? Let's find it. Nightfall table, challenge on the left. So what happens at night? Number 11. I dream of a stone, a statue of myself buried. If you describe it aloud, you may negate all effects. Or write it. A statue of myself stands in a cave dripping with algae, green and slimy. Something scaly moves around it in a pond by its feet. I may negate all effects. And then the dragon moment. I think sometimes this sort of stuff, this sort of role-playing, is actually best to do a duet, if that makes sense, one GM and a player, because you can bounce off each other more. Or you can play with the chat, of course. It's also nice. So, the second one is also 11. Dragon Keepsake. Your dragon returns with something, a pebble, feather, shard, or trinket. You choose what it means. I think it comes back with an old felt hat that it found. And it bounces and gumballs in and rolls around in their hat because it's just as big as their hat. What it means is somebody probably was following me and was scared away by my fierce little dragon hatchling. So that's basically how that would work. Okay, let's just zoom through the rest of this. After 3 days, you may continue on and spend more days exploring or arrive at Galendale as a new location. I think I'm going to leave it at this now. But a new location. You have a reaction table, essentially, an arrival mood, key NPCs you can look for, you can shop. There's a marked trail, a dragon moment, another encounter in a village, the guardian, and then you have a fight with a shard wolf. Now this is, as I said, coming out a little bit. You have the stats here, so it basically shows you how many actions it's gotten around, the armor to try and mitigate you. It's got the wounds, how many hits it can take past the armor. And then we have a sort of an action table down here, like an attack table for Forbidden Lands. Let me just take the dice off the screen. You've got reactions as well. When reduced to half wounds or fewer the first time, you may immediately use Shard Volley. And what I quite like, I saw this when I was flicking through it earlier. You've got these prompts to describe them. So a Shard Wolf, basically, when you first come across them, jagged radiant shards embedded in muscle, deep vibrating growls followed by sudden silence, burnt air and sharp minerals. So it gives you something about the NPC, about the monster. And I quite like that. As a short stat block, there's 3 values on the table. But I think it gives you good ideas here. You then get an encounter table. Action list, that's reference now. Dragon action list. How companions work. Yeah, I mean, if people are interested, I might do this one or the other day. But this is now a bit longer than I had anticipated for tonight. So, let me just go back to the start here. You have... if you go to drive-through, you can actually download the guide to Petition. I think it's on drive-through. Maybe it was just on the Backerkit, the link. So this is the player-facing guide to the world, if you want to have a look at that. There's a starter adventure in here, a cheat sheet explaining the rules. Yeah, so the way they support it and the way they have extra materials for it is really impressive. But the question is from Mohammed, how do you feel about the game so far? I think the mechanics are fine. I think they're, other than tracking things like action points, yeah, you have to keep away. And these extra points, like I had the resource point now, for example, I have to track that somehow. I need to be aware of that. It feels quite nice. I want to explore more about the dragon. So dragon combat is here in the later scenes, I'm sure, in the journey. Yeah, how do I feel about it? Interesting. I think because it's technicolour, high fantasy, it feels very different to the stuff I normally play. But yeah, I'd be keen to try this out maybe with a warrior as well. Here you get more warrior powers here, for example. Protector powers. Yeah, let's see. There's much more to come, and they make lots of videos about it as well to explain stuff. How did it feel to you, Mohammed and Bruce, if you're still around? Or anybody else, if you're still watching. Was that of interest? Did you enjoy watching it? Should I do the second half, or should I not bother? What do you think? Take care, Bruce. Thanks for dropping by. He's saying he enjoyed the hangout and the game looked good, but he needs to be off to another game. Probably to watch, or maybe you're playing, I don't know. 8 o'clock. Good start time for a game. So as I said, interesting, definitely. There's lots of stuff you can find about this game if you want to find out more. Ah, you need to do the second half, I see. Right. Thanks for dropping by anyway. Why is that not working? Ah, because I minimized it, I guess. So, this here is the Backerkit page. So you can see it's quite a fully featured. I do like the dice. I might have to actually get the dice as add-ons, because I haven't actually bought them. But they are sort of wonky edged. I quite like the looks of them. I don't know, 15 quid for a few D6. We'll see. We'll see. And I don't think I need all this stuff, like spell cards and stuff. This is also D&D 4th edition. And you have dragon pins and, oh, no, yeah. What I would be interested as well, they've done this Bramble track, which is another title. So this is basically mainly solo thing. Looks or feels a little bit like Humblewood, but it's Bramble track. And I think it's in the 100-Acre Woods, if I remember correctly. And this midnight thing here, can't quite read what it means. Let me look it up here. This is their itch.io site. So Bramble Track, GM-less adventure. That could be quite fun to do. And here the Covens of Midnight, a tarot-based journaling RPG. Could be interesting, but it's a bit too much really for me to just go out on a limb, because if you go into this and go to pre-order, 75 quid for the book. Does it come with cards? Yeah, at least it comes with cards, but it just feels a little bit... for puns, that's a bit much. So they've got lots of stuff. And as I said, the guy who does all the talkie videos, at least, the longer ones, he seems really, really nice, and he knows what he's talking about, or he has a vision for the game, and that's something that appeals, of course. Yeah. Right. It looks interesting, and I think it's got potential, especially if you do the dragon. And I might try this out. If you think it's going to be interesting, then I might do a second iteration of this one over the next few days. But yeah, if you watch this and say, "Oh, you were playing this completely wrong," then do let me know. So if I do the second half, then I can do it right. But for now, thank you very, very much for keeping me the company here, even if you're silently watching in the background. See, I've got a few people online here on the channel on Moonbeam as well. Actually, Moonbeam is beating Twitch right now, which is lovely to see that Moonbeam is attracting some audiences. And I hope to see you all soon. I need some more tea before my throat gives in. So have a good night, everybody. I think if you want to catch the next game, what's the next game we're going to do, just to tell you that as well, is going to be Friday in German. Though we're going to do character creation for our Midgard 5 game, and then Forbidden Lands on the Sunday, and Star Trek on the Tuesday. So do drop by. For now, bye-bye and have a good night, everybody. Have I got a finishing thing? I think I do somewhere.